Is there a dark side to this social media superstar?
Evil is her.
Millions are watching singer and influencer Malu Trevejo live her life on TikTok, Instagram, even on OnlyFans. But behind all the fame, shocking allegations from several former employees who say she threatened their lives, sometimes with weapons.
Out of nowhere, she has a knife and she's just talking with a knife.
We're going through the multi-million-dollar lawsuit just filed against her. And in a Shade Room exclusive, you'll hear from the employees themselves. I'm Justin Carter. This is TSR Investigates. Malu Trevejo is a singer and social media influencer who rose to fame in 2017 with her hit single, Luna Lena. She's also quite popular on social media. I'm talking about 25 million followers on TikTok, another 11.5 million on Instagram, and over 1 million on OnlyFans. Now, following her is one thing, but working for her is a completely different story after 4 of her former employees are now suing her, claiming defamation, abuse, battery, sexual misconduct. Now, when we started looking into that lawsuit, the disturbing allegations got worse and worse, including a former personal assistant, Victoria Barreto, who says that Trevejo tried to lure her in her bed and sexually harass her. Barreto says Malu Trevejo found her on TikTok, and before she knew it, she was flying to Miami.
I went to her house to hang out with her for the first time, and I was like, wow. Right off the bat, I was like, you seem pretty dope.
She became her personal assistant in October 2021, but as the days went on, she started noticing red flags. Trevejo would stop her from using her phone during business hours.
So I asked her, I was like, okay, Malu, what are business hours? All I was told was all day.
She says she didn't complain because she needed the money to help her dad at the time, who was struggling with addiction. She was paid $4,000 a month.
My dad passed 2 months ago, and I got this job with Malu to help him, to help my mom, because they're both foreign as they're Brazilian.
She says Trevejo began wanting more out of their professional relationship. Court records say, quote, Trevejo immediately began making sexual advances towards Ms. Barreto once she began her employment with her, including requests for, quote, Ms. Barreto to sleep with her in her bed, cuddle with her, and watch television, and prohibiting her from taking time off or away from Miss Trevejo's home, end quote. Barreto says that she complied at first out of fear of retaliation.
Go in her bed, sleep there, and that's it.
Court records say that after turning down Ms. Trevejo's sexual advances, Barreto experienced a shift in her treatment, including increased aggression, dismissive and cold shoulder responses, and fits of rage, during which Trevejo would berate her, calling her stupid and dumb.
If she's mad at me, you're my assistant. When it's come in bed with me, my God, Vic, you're my friend. Like, come on.
Eduardo Vidal was her manager for about 5 months and admits that he was enticed by the 6-figure salary and moved from Miami to the Dominican Republic to support her.
She would call me fat. She would call me slow. She would call me stupid.
But this was the final straw.
And then out of nowhere, she has a knife and she's just talking with a knife.
He says Trevejo got upset one night over a DNA test that she wanted to take. He says it didn't come fast enough in the mail, and Trevejo lashed out. This was the knife. Court records claim that, quote, the knife narrowly missed Mr. Vidal as he swiftly moved out of the way, but not before Ms. Trevejo destroyed the table Mr. Vidal was sitting at during the incident with the knife.
At that point, I kind of like, I shut up because she's irate, and she has a knife in her hand.
And matters got worse when she added 2 black men, Rich Lacroix and Ralph Colon, to her team in May 2022.
Calling us, oh, dirty little Haitians. She was making fun of me for being gay.
And she would call dirty Haitian, would say a bunch of racial slurs.
Her former bodyguard, Ralph Colon, also only lasted for 5 months.
That's traumatizing.
He claims in court records that, quote, Trevejo frequently instigated verbal and physical altercations with people in various places with the intent of Ralph Colon intervening. He also says that Trevejo threatened to fire him if he didn't break the law for her.
She's smoking weed in the car, putting my life in danger, telling me to burn red lights, telling me to go, telling me to go.
My nickname to her was, "You literally gotta be the dumbest ever."
Dude, you gotta be the dumbest mother I've ever seen in my life.
Lacroix, another former assistant, says that he had enough when, quote, he was directed to purchase large quantities of illicit drugs for Miss Trevejo's use, and went on to say that she began to use racial and homophobic slurs towards him.
Whether it was an ant walking by and passed by her bed, it was my fault. If the burger wasn't made right, it was my fault. The least thing is you could do is just give me some respect.
We reached out to Malu Trevejo and her team, and we got a response from one of her representatives who say that Ms. Trevejo is aware of the false allegations in the lawsuit and looks forward to defending herself against these baseless claims. For TSR Investigates, I'm Justin Carter. Hello roommates, and thank you for watching our YouTube channel. Do you want more TSR Investigates? Be sure to subscribe and check us out at theshaderoom.com.